This time we got Kalos, the region that introduced Mega Evolution, which simultaneously introduced gimmicks to the franchise. So here we go, 50 useless Kalos stats. In this video, only Pokemon that originate from the Kalos region will be in the count, not regular form, alternative form, or Megas, unless stated otherwise. Let's just start. Kalos released the fewest amount of Pokemons in a singular region, at only 72. The two lowest special attack for a Kalos Pokemon came from the same evolution line. These two also have the two lowest special defense and total base stat of all Pokemon from the Kalos region. The two lowest HP allocation for a Pokemon from the Kalos region are both Rock Fairy dual type Pokemon. If all Pokemons were set in alphabetical order, Zygarde, a Pokemon from Kalos, would be last. On average, the Kalos region has the highest special defense of all regions. The Kalos region has the highest defense allocation of all regions. The Kalos region has the highest special attack allocation of all regions. Kalos released the least amount of bug-type Pokemons, and also has the lowest concentration of them. Kalos released the highest concentration of Dragon-type Pokemons, at 12.5%. The Kalos region released the least amount of Electric-type Pokemons, at 3. The most commonly seen type in the Kalos region is Fairy. The Kalos region released the most amount of Fairy types despite being the smallest region, which obviously makes it have the highest concentration as well. The Kalos region has the highest concentration of Fire-type Pokemon. The Kalos region has the highest concentration of Ghost-type Pokemon. The Kalos region is the only region to not release a double-digit amount of Grass-type Pokemon. The Kalos region released the fewest and lowest concentration of Ground-type Pokemon. The Kalos region released the fewest and lowest concentration of Poison-type Pokemon. The Kalos region released the fewest and lowest concentration of Psychic-type Pokemon. Kalos is the only region to not release a double-digit amount of Water-type Pokemon. The most common initial letter in Kalos is F and S. Both have 9 Pokemon. Kalos has the highest concentration of Pokemon that starts with the letter F. Kalos has the highest concentration of Pokemon that starts with A. Kalos is the only region to not release a Pokemon that begins with the letter R. Kalos has the highest concentration of Pokemon that starts with X. Kalos has the highest concentration of Pokemon that starts with Y. I halfway done just letting it be known my favorite Kalos Pokemon is Aegislash. This has been stated before, and you already know I'm a merchant of reusing clips. So yeah, we halfway done. Just letting y'all know my favorite steel type is Aegislash because it looks cool, has a clean shiny, and its ability to change between form is fun in my eyes. The average base stat for a Pokemon from the Kalos region is 431. The Dene is equal to this amount. The most commonly seen base stat from the Kalos region is 500 and 600. Both release a total of 5 Pokemons. These are the average stat splits amongst all Pokemon from the Kalos region. Slurpuff is closest, with all its stats being within 14 points of the averages. Likewise, Scatterbug isn't within 27 points of any of the averages. If physical stats were removed, Scatterbug would have the lowest base stat at 124. If physical stats were removed, Xerneas and Yveltal will have the highest base stat at 454. If special stats were removed, Scatterbug would have the lowest base stat at 148. If special stats were removed, Xerneas and Yveltal will have the highest base stat at 451. Carbink and Diancie are tied for having the highest bulk from the Kalos region at 350. Xerneas and Yveltal are tied for having the highest offense in the Kalos region at 362. The largest offense to bulk gap in the Kalos region is Carbink at 200. Avalugg has the largest attack gap in Kalos at 73. Avalugg also has the largest defense gap in Kalos at 138. Scatterbug has the lowest bulk in the Kalos region at 103. Spewpa has the lowest offense in the Kalos region at 78. 3 Kalos Pokemon allocate 60% or more of all their stats towards offensive categories. All 3 came from the same evolution line. Carbink has the highest bulk allocation in all of Kalos at 70%. Xerneas and Yveltal are tied for being both the best physical sweeper and special sweeper in Kalos. Avalugg is the best physical tank in Kalos with a score of 301. Hoopa is the best special tank in Kalos with a score of 280. Kalos was the first region that didn't release a single Pokemon with fully equalized stats. Klefki is the only Pokemon from the Kalos region with an equalized bulk and offense score. Avalugg has the largest gap between its best and worst stat of all Kalos Pokemon at 156. These are the average stat allocation amongst all Pokemon from the Kalos region. Only Clauncher and Slurpuff are within 2 percentage points of each of the categories. Likewise, only Carbink isn't within 4 percentage points of any of the stats. Yeah, those were 50 useless Kalos stats. I don't think its record of least amount of Pokemon released in a singular region will ever be broken, simply because the newer games now have DLCs, which increase the amount of Pokemon they have. And yeah, that's about it.